Hello, in this video, you are going to hear from Carly Clark, one of our Bounce members and superstar of the month for both January and February. And in this recording, she's going to be talking to you about how she overcome her fear of selling a new service to an existing customer and for a lot more than she expected to be doing so. So let's get started. So today I am joined by Carly Clark, who is a member of our Bounce community. Say hello, Carly.
Hi.
Hi. So the reason we are chatting today is because we obviously talk to our members and our bigger, wider community about the successes that people have. And one of the reasons for that is to help others overcome something that they may have a similar problem to you. But first of all, I wanted to obviously say well-deserved winner for Superstar of the Month for 2 months running, not just 1 month, but 2 months running. Some of the reasons for that was that you'd actually completed 32 actions in January, 26 actions in February. And I'm not an accountant, but I make that a massive 58 actions over the 2 months, which is brilliant. You referred a new member for us, so you enjoy it that much that you wanted somebody else to get the benefits. You created an ideal customer avatar, which I know has had some other effects. And also, I think one of the other big things for us is that you're always supporting members in the group. So then there's questions that you're always involved in the conversations and offering help with people. Um, but one of the main things that I really want to talk to you about today was you put a message in the group about quoting for a new service. So can you just talk to us about how that came about, what you were sort of feeling and why you posted it in the group?
Yeah, so I think as I said, I think before it came about because I attended one of the accountants mastermind days, I think back in September time or June, I can't remember what it was. And it was all around kind of providing a bit more of an advisory service to clients, cash flow analysis, that type of thing, but more in depth really than I do at the moment. So, and that's kind of the route I really want to go down with my clients. And it just came up in January that one of my clients was sort of inquired and wanted to do that. So I took that as a sign. I thought, okay, I've wanted to do that. Let's get going. But obviously, I've not done it. And the figures that were quoted on the day, I just found really scary because I really felt like I couldn't quote that myself. That's nowhere near something that I would ever feel comfortable, rightly or wrongly, quoting. So yeah, just reached out because everybody's always very helpful. You know, we all chat amongst ourselves. Okay, what would you quote with this service? So Simon obviously kindly come back and really helped me. Um, just give his
Sorry, just
take
you just
on.
talked to us about, sorry, you just talked to us about the why you didn't feel you could charge the amount.
How long have you got? Yeah. I don't know. I suppose probably number one, because it's a new service. So how do you know what to charge? And I guess ultimately, if you've never done it before, I feel like, well, how have I got the right to charge that amount if I'm not, if I've never done this before, even though I think I know that I know how to do it, and I know that I can provide the value, and all of the theory and everything to everybody tells you I can provide that service, but ultimately the reality of charging somebody that is very different, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
the courage to quote that price
yeah,
is
okay.
hard. Yeah. So I think that's why. Um, so yeah, I wanted to see really, and I think it's actually when you justify that price with other people and you realize that other people would charge the same as you, then you get more confident. So that's why I reached out to the group. So yeah, Simon really kindly came back to me and gave all the figures that he would quote. And I must admit, when he came back to me, I yeah, was like, oh my God, wow. um, and just went away and thought about it. I must admit, I didn't quote what he told me to quote because I just really didn't feel confident enough to do that. But it was quite close. I just thought I've got to have the courage to do that. And if I don't try, then I'm never going to get to that. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
so it
So
was a big step.
yeah, so if I would put that into it, so you decided you wanted to sell a new service, by obviously some of the stuff you'd done previously. You then had a customer inquire for that service. You didn't know what to charge, and then once the prices had been presented to you, there was around a fear around not being worth it, I guess, and how to deliver it. So you then went away and put your prices together, and it was close. So what happened then when you sort of put together your proposal?
Yeah, so I emailed it to the client, and I actually it helped because it's also then given me a bit more clarity, put together something that I can offer to all my clients, because I think I'd put it off before as well, thinking, oh, well, I don't know if anybody's going to go for it. Is there demand for it? You know, all the usual cliches that everybody
Yeah.
comes up with, and stop yourself to doing it. But also, I think, at the course, it was the guy that was talking to us, he offers whole days. But I was like, well, actually, if people don't want to spend that amount of money and spend a whole day with you, I could offer them an hour, 2 hours. So I kind of came up with different service levels to make it more affordable. So she went for a more affordable package. So although I didn't get the top price, if you like, the top package, that's fine with me. And in a way, I probably feel better about that, because for me as well, I'm delivering a smaller package and can hone that myself. It's the first time that I'm offering this service, so I can then build that up as well. So it's probably a win-win really for both of us. So yeah, it was a good kick that I needed really to get it off the ground, and I can then send that out in my marketing and things, and yeah, offer that new package to people and give them a different service level.
Was there any kickback on the price?
No, there never is there? We worry and worry. Everybody does. We just, constantly spend days and days worrying. I mean, the amount of times I composed the email before I sent it, and there's never any kickback on the price, is there?
No, it's obviously a common conversation that I have with people
Yeah.
around pricing. But okay, so if somebody was in a similar situation to you, so they're wanting to bring out a new service, they're perhaps not sure, I think, if by what you're saying, not sure about the overall package to deliver and also the price, what would be the top three things that you would suggest they did?
Um, I think reach out to, if you've got peers, people, because I think that does give you confidence, doesn't it? To know that, I'm not saying that you've got to compete with people, but I feel that for me, it does give me confidence that I'm not completely, far out compared to other people. I'm not so high or so low compared to other people. Um, for me, that helps knowing that I'm around the same ballpark figure. And I think just do it really. Don't put it off. I know that's but because I constantly put things off, but you've just got to get on with it, isn't it? And it's never ever as bad as you think it's going to be.
Okay. Have you
Yeah.
had any time to deliver any of the sort of service that you've had so far?
Sorry, what did you say then?
So have you delivered any of the service that you've sold so far? So obviously it's the
Oh
first
no,
time.
we've got
So
it next month. Yeah, next
okay,
month we're
cool. So
doing
it's
it.
all
So
booked in,
yeah,
ready to go, and
yeah,
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 excellent.
yeah.
Okay. So the final question, I guess, from me really is all around what you feel you overcome, what and how you feel now that you've done it.
I think just the confidence really to know, that I can charge those prices, because I remember sitting in that room, and the guy that was giving the talk, and he said how much he charged, and my gut reaction and my first thought within 2 seconds was I would never charge that amount of money. There's no way on earth I would ever charge that. But actually, and I still don't think I would ever charge that amount of money, but I'm not going to be, a tenth of it, what I was, I would be nearer to it than what I first thought on that day. So I have overcome that barrier. And I did also think on the day, or probably a couple of days afterwards, oh, I don't think I can do that actually. You know, he was so experienced, he knew what he was doing, his service level just seemed amazing. There's no way I could do that. But actually, now looking at it and coming up with all those different scenarios, I feel like I can do that. Like I say, even if it isn't a whole day spent with somebody, knowing that actually I could just do an hour with them or 2 hours with them, yeah, breaking it down, I feel that I can deliver that.
Brilliant. Well, as I
Mm.
say, very, very much deserved winner of our
Yeah,
superstar. And I know because
thank
I
you.
know that I hope you don't mind me saying, but the confidence thing I think is a big part of a lot of the things that not only everyone doesn't agree, but yourself as
Yeah.
well. And I think to overcome something like that, and as I say, I know obviously the more about the figures that are being charged, and I know
Mm.
that it is way closer than what it would have been had you just
Mm.
gone off and
Yeah.
done it. So no, we
Yeah,
are
definitely.
really grateful for you to be a member of our community,
Oh,
and thank you very much for having the time for us to share your story with other people.
oh, thank you. Thanks.